The Lewis structure of cyanide can be drawn in three different ways. In the first Lewis structure, there are double bonds between the oxygen and carbon atoms and the carbon and nitrogen atoms. However, the Lewis dot structure can also be drawn with a single bond between the oxygen and carbon atoms and a triple bond between the nitrogen and carbon atoms. One of the lone pairs migrates from the nitrogen atom to form the triple bond, while one of the bonds is between oxygen and carbon, migrates to become a lone pair. Last Lewis dot structure shows a triple bond between the oxygen and carbon atom and a single bond between the nitrogen and carbon atom. It occurs because electrons are able to move around the molecule. So how do we decide which resonance structure is the best for the ion cyanate? Formal charges!
Formal charges are used to determine which combination of bonds is best for an atom. The formal charge of an atom is found by subtracting the amount of lone pairs plus the number of bonds from the atom from the number of valence electrons in the neutral version of the atom. Let's take a look at how formal charges are calculated and applied.
Let's start with oxygen. In a neutral atom of oxygen, there are 6 valence electrons. In this structure, oxygen has 4 lone pairs and 2 bonds. 6 minus 6 equals 0. Therefore, the formal charge is 0. If we continue this for all the atoms in each structure, we get all of these values. Okay, so now we have all these formal charges. Now what?
We know that the ion has a -1 charge, so the formal charges have to add up to -1. Okay, so they all do that. Next, we should eliminate all the structures with atoms that have positive formal charges, because positive formal charges are a no-go. The ideal formal charge for a molecule is 0, but if there has to be a charge, it's always negative. It is most favorable for the most electronegative atom to have the formal charge. Therefore, it is most favorable for oxygen to carry the formal charge and not nitrogen, making the middle structure the most ideal Lewis dot structure.